Howdy there, folks. It's Hunter, and in this quick little video, we're going to be talking about a random but incredible bow buff that happened today. Yes, bows finally got buffed. It's not much, it's just a tiny little bump, as you can see here, but it makes a huge difference, and I'm going to show you why. So, it's specifically for precision bows. The base damage went from 84 to 90, and the crit damage went from 126 to 130. And for the most part, this doesn't really affect most of our bows. This really only affects two of them. However, this is still huge, and let me show you why. So first and foremost, we're going to start with Vengeful Whisper. Now for Vengeful Whisper, previously, in order to get Sundering to proc, it would only work on like, I think tier 9 and below. And you had to have a perfect draw. Well, unfortunately, you still have to have the perfect draw, but it will work on all resiliences now. So what that means is as long as you're either using Oath Keepers or landing perfect headshots, and only the first shot has to be perfect, keep that in mind. As long as that first headshot is a perfect draw, or you're using Oathkeeper, which guarantees the perfect draw, you will crack the shield on all resiliences because precision bows now deal 131 to the head. And what that means is that with both Archer's Tempo and with Sundering going on this bow, it's basically as fast as Hush. I broke it down in the past and it was really hard to tell the difference between the two, and it's basically as fast as Hush. It might be slightly slower by just a hair, but the important thing to note is that you do not have to hip fire, you don't have to aim cancel or do anything fancy, you just have to aim and shoot. And only one of those two shots has to be a perfectly drawn shot. And this is huge. So if you're just going for speed, you absolutely need to farm this bow. Go do the Warlord's Ruin Dungeon. This bow is incredible, and it's going to be the fastest, most consistent thing now, and a heck of a lot easier to use than Hush or the new bow, which we'll be reviewing later, but not right now. The other really, really important thing is Raconteur. This is the other bow that's majorly affected by this because it has Gut Shot Straight. So, Gut Shot Straight allows this bow to do this. 131 and 109. Now, an important thing to note, at least one of those shots has to be perfectly drawn. However, it doesn't matter if it's the first one or the second one. If you, let's say you're aiming down sights and you overdraw and you hit the headshot and then you hit a perfectly drawn body shot, that works just as well as getting a perfectly drawn headshot into an overdrawn body shot. Although most of us are more likely to get the perfectly drawn body shot if you're going for the follow-up. However, either way, one of them has to be a perfectly drawn shot. So either use Oath Keepers or just land one of them perfectly. But this is absolutely fantastic because Raconteur is now the most consistent bow in the game, at least as far as legendaries are going, just because it only has to get one headshot. It is the only bow right now that's going to one crit, one body, excluding any sort of buffs like Radiant and stuff like that. And excluding, of course, Tikus. Tikus is the other one that will still do that. You know, Tikus has always worked that way, but this is a little bit more important because, don't get me wrong, I love Tikus, but Tikus has a draw time of 580. Raconteur has 576, but more importantly, it has Archer's Tempo, which allows it to get a heck of a lot lower. And this is incredible. This may seem like a small thing, and it's a step in the right direction. I don't know if Bungie's really going to do much more. I don't know if we can hope for much more. But for those of you out there that are still sticking with bows, for those of you like me that are still trying to use these, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was just about, literally just about, like I was thinking about it yesterday. I was going to make a video about how I'm getting kind of tired of bows because they feel like crap and they've been nerfed so hard that they're really hard to use against other weapons and I need a break from them, and I was just about to make an announcement about how I'm going to make some other content. But then lo and behold, this happened today and I got really excited, and thus far this has been awesome. It feels great, and even though it's just a small little bump, it was all they needed. Bows need just a little bit of a bump, just a little bit of forgiveness to allow us to still do similar things to what we used to be able to do. I don't know if we'll ever be as good as we were, which was never meta, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I won't get into all that. But all you guys need to know is we're back, we're in business, things are a lot better, and I highly recommend, depending on what you're going for, if you want consistency, go for Raconteur. If you want speed, go for Vengeful Whisper. But I highly recommend you grab one of these two bows, go to town, and have fun. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope y'all have a wonderful evening.